Recorded live, this is the All About Nothing podcast. The views expressed on this program are the opinions of the host. Some content and subject matter may not be appropriate. Listener discretion is advised. Listeners are encouraged to follow the show at theallaboutnothing.com for links to social media and more. Listeners can call the show at 803-672-0533. Thank you for listening.
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of the All About Nothing podcast shorts. Zach King, Trent Clark, along with me, Barrett Gruber. Guys, welcome.
Ding, ding, ding.
Don't do why.
Here, hold on, let me see. Which one do I have?
No,
there you go.
I got sound effects, man.
Oh, you're just gonna voice them.
Yeah, come on.
That's fair.
He may not have a disc, but he has got his voice. It's DJ Lonzo.
DJ Lonzo. You know my tags are me, right?
What is that?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, my tags are me. I record my own tags.
Yeah.
That's so dope.
Yeah. What is it? If you didn't hear it
Makes
from
sense.
me, you're late.
If you didn't hear from me first, you're late.
Yeah. Well, that's fair.
Mr. Get It Early, because my name is Earl Lonzo. So Mr. Get It Early.
That's perfect.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
So
We're back together.
yeah, I wanted in distance. Goodness,
Digital spirit.
goodness, they're quiet.
Let them know that nobody's sick. Let them know that nobody's sick.
I can't get the laughing to stop. All right. Anyway,
Sorry, we can't even hear it.
Yeah, we can't even hear
it.
We're
So we're
like,
thinking we're having a normal conversation. Barrett's like, keep going.
Trying to stop this. It just kept going. Okay. Here's the good news. You'll hear it. You'll hear it on the show.
Girl, you know it.
So,
That's even better.
I wanted to get us together because I wanted to discuss the fact that we have had our fifth January 6th hearing on television, and I get you guys are working, so you probably didn't get to see a lot of it.
No, I'm seeing it's CNN, Fox News on TV at my job, so I see everything.
Okay, all right, and Zach, I'm sure just loves all of the swears and profanity that I'm texting to him while I'm watching it.
And if you have Twitter, you know what's going on.
Oh yeah. Which congratulations, you're now what, in a month, full month into Twitter.
Thank you. And Elon doesn't fully even own it yet. You get what I'm saying? This was all I got swindled.
I suspect he'll never own it. To be completely honest with you, I don't think.
How many followers do you have yet, Trent?
I think we're at 20, maybe.
Hey, there you go. That's not.
I got 34, so.
Well, before you guys start getting.
Yeah, Barrett's sitting here at like a clean 235 or something.
Probably.
But how many is he following? That's the point.
How many am I
A
following?
lot.
Oh, I follow a
I
lot.
don't follow many
See,
people.
see, that's the point. You got to not follow people to make your followers look like you're somebody important.
Yeah,
So the
that's
less
true.
followers you have, like Beyonce has like endless amount of followers, and she's probably following like 2 people.
I tried to get my account verified with All About Nothing, and they were like, "Your followers, you don't have them. Try it again later."
They're not asking if this is the real you.
Yeah, they're like, "If you want this, you got to come down to the DMV." Yeah, they have a Twitter verification.
Yeah,
right now. I'm just like,
Where, how do you get Twitter verified?
So there
You just
is,
got to know somebody to know somebody.
Is that
No,
it?
well, basically, yeah. Like you
Yeah.
have to have over 1,000 followers. You have to have like websites and links to like information, and somebody has to be able to like verify who you are. That's also like famous, I think.
Okay.
I went through the whole thing and it wouldn't let me pass like stage 3. It's like, what are you? What do you do? And they're like, no, you suck. Go back and try it again. I tried every option. I'm like, well, I'm not Twitter good at all.
Yeah.
Like,
They probably was like, "Oh, we've seen Seth Rogen liked your post, but do you know Seth Rogen?"
I'd be like, okay, you got Seth Rogen, let me throw in Kevin Smith also liked a post. So that's 2 famous people. They're like, God, like
Okay.
not that famous. So I guess it's not famous enough. Okay.
I got a reply from Tom Arnold once. That was,
Okay.
You know.
Oh, the guy
Yeah.
from the movie about the van in the mall. Remember that? Was that
Bro,
Tom
how
Arnold?
are you not talking about
You know what
I was
movie
gonna say
I'm talking
True
about.
Lies is the movie I always go to when I think.
The
No,
one
what's
the one
I think
where-
it was I think it
McHale's
was-
Men?
Oh yeah,
McHale's Men.
McHale's
We had to watch
Navy.
that at Ella Brothers and in RTC.
McHale's Navy.
It's-
Yeah,
I
McHale's
think,
Navy.
when I think Tom Arnold, I think instantly the movie about him driving around these kids in a van. I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger was when, or somebody. I'm not sure.
So Tom
So the
Arnold
movie-
and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let me get the premise. They kidnapped a bunch of kids in a panel van.
Well, no, I think either I'm not sure if it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's what I'm.
No,
I'm
it's Tom
thinking
Arnold.
It's Tom Arnold, but Tom Arnold
He drives.
he got robbed. He was robbing. No, Tom Arnold was the person that was robbing a kid full of vans, and like they was holding him hostage. And then at the end of the movie, like he becomes good or something. I'm not sure.
What?
I gotta look this up.
Let's call Tom Arnold. Call Tom.
I'm gonna say this right now. That sounds like the greatest movie ever.
It was a really good
sound
movie,
great.
man.
Tom Arnold going through an existential crisis by holding people hostage in a van. I'd pay to see it.
Yeah,
So we know that in
I'd
True
at
Lies
least
he's in the
download
back
it.
of a van. In True Lies he's in the back of a van.
That's
and in
true.
that movie Driven with Dak Shepard where he has the Lincoln, he's the guy,
Right.
the cop that's supposed to keep
Yep.
track of him. And what is he driving? A van.
Yep.
He married Roseanne. This is going somewhere.
He did marry Roseanne.
Mhm.
Okay, so we got way off topic real quick. The January 6th hearings are ongoing. I think we've got several more of these to go before it's all over and done with. And if you're following it at all, the idea is basically that this select member panel that's doing this hearing is the desire is to get out as much information as possible to show that Donald Trump and his cohorts were obviously committing crimes, that they knew they were committing crimes, and that essentially the idea is that maybe the Department of Justice, Attorney General Merrick Garland, will go ahead and say, yep, we're going to, based on the evidence that you all have pulled, we're going to go ahead and indict the president, the former president, in crimes against the state, against the Constitution, you know? So today, something that I did not expect, because I only assumed that when it happened and when I heard about it, it was just rumors. But today, during the hearing, as kind of the last hurrah, like you know, when Apple does their events every year, Tim Cook always does and then one more thing, you know, if I felt like Liz Cheney and Thompson and I feel like the panel, it was like, oh yeah, and one more thing. They dropped a list of the members of Congress in the Republican Party that all contacted Donald Trump's office and asked for pardons.
That's so funny, too.
And when my head, when I hear someone wants a pardon, it's because they know in their head they have committed a crime that's going to need a presidential pardon.
Yeah, when this goes tits up, I'm going to need to get out of jail.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to.
So the list of representatives: Representative Andy Biggs, Representative Mo Brooks, Representative Scott Perry, Representative Paul Gosar, Representative Matt Gaetz, Marjorie
let's
Taylor.
stop right there.
Okay, yeah, that's what. Okay, so we're just gonna do it. We're gonna do a quick stop on Matt Gaetz.
So let's just say one of us right now was charged with federally sex crimes for transporting someone who was under the age of 18. She was 17, right?
Can I pick which one of you it was?
No, say we were doing that.
Okay.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
And then you get caught asking for a pardon for inciting an erection.
Inciting an erection?
Insurrection. Matt Gaetz is up here inciting erections. Everyone who's listening. Insurrections.
Insurrection.
And he's still free to go. They're not going to do anything to this man.
Yeah.
And he did all that shit. If that was any of us, we would be in just a jail, dying.
Yeah.
Under the jail.
Under the jail.
Yeah, 100%.
How was he walking down the street and stuff? Like,
With his third leg, apparently.
I'm saying, and all this is allegedly apparent. So let me just say it's illegal.
Yeah. Allegedly, he is potentially there's allegations to say that he has maybe committed some sex trafficking with minors and things like that because he transported his girlfriend of 17 allegedly across state lines, which allegedly they probably had relations, and then allegedly He's done sex crimes. Okay.
Oh, Gates.
Yeah. So
and the final cherry on top.
Well, almost Marjorie Taylor Greene and Louis Gohmert. So like these people, they knew that they committed crimes, so they asked the president for pardons, broad, preemptive pardons. I mean,
She basically she's just as culpable as the people who were in jail saying the Pledge of Allegiance at like 9:00. She talked about
the prison.
Yeah, she's like, that could have been me. I should get them out of there with every chance I could.
These are people that were arrested after having smeared poop and destroyed property in the halls of Congress, and they're being mistreated in prison. Like, they didn't get shipped off to Guantanamo where it hit 116 degrees. You know, it's I find
these are people that not used to a jail cell. Should I say lightly?
Yeah, no.
You get what I'm saying?
But,
so, you know.
But look at what these people are getting in relation to
like they told Young Thug, this is not the Ritz-Carlton.
Look, my issue with the whole thing about them whining about the situation that they've put themselves in is when Marjorie Taylor Greene gets up there and says, these patriots, these people, all they did was just parade through Congress. I get it. I see some of them, they're elephants. I'll admit it. So a parade of elephants shitting on the floor, walking through Congress. Yeah. That's as far as that's as much as I'm gonna give them.
And let's get a parade and just for science, see if we can, while they're marching in parade, get through the walls without bashing through the doors and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Just
and assaulting people.
Just get a visitor. Yeah, killing police officers and
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess that's one of the things that I wanted to mention. The other thing, because we've been following along, I just want to acknowledge every single witness that they have brought before the committee is a Republican. The thing that I found most disturbing from, I guess it was just yesterday, was that one of the witnesses that was that was on stage or behind the desk was Arizona House Speaker Rusty Bowers, and he has. I don't think there's ever been a more Republican name than Rusty Bowers.
He should be driving NASCAR.
It's like, there's some parents that name their kids.
Definitely sound like he should be driving a NASCAR.
Yeah, but there's some parents that name their kids specifically because they know this child is going to make it into the NFL. Peyton Manning, for instance, Vince Young.
Oh, they knew he was going to be a Republican.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Man, he's a bow tie guy that just doesn't wear it in public.
Yeah.
Goes home and puts it on.
So Rusty Bowers was a key member of the state of Arizona, administration. I think he was the Speaker of the House and for Arizona, and he was one of the people that was standing in the way of Donald Trump being able to convince somebody to flip those electors to the block of electors that Arizona sent to Washington to vote for Trump or Biden. He was trying to replace the Biden ones with Trump, and that's what he's trying to convince this guy of. But then I see that he came out and said that in 2024, if Donald Trump is the nominee against Joe Biden, he's absolutely voting for Donald Trump again. Like, that Donald Trump tried to convince you that you were too stupid to do your job, so he was going to tell you how to do it, and then you're like, but I'll vote for him again. What is that mentality?
Hey, man, you know what it is. I told y'all before in a previous podcast who's running in 2024, man.
That's what I'm saying, though. But
it's not over.
But like,
time will tell. I can't see him getting actually even the vote for presidency out of any other one else running.
If the Department of Justice brings charges against him, and those charges go to a court, and a judge or a jury decides that yes, he committed a crime against the Constitution, potential treason. That's treason. That he will not be eligible to run for a federal office. He could run for governor of Florida, but he can't.
He can't do
he
federal
can't.
office.
Yeah, he can't. He would not be able to run for a federal office.
I want to see a DeSantis Trump switch.
No.
No, I don't. I mean, I will at least admit that Ron DeSantis seems to believe in democracy. You know,
Didn't they
from
do
what we know.
They did a survey that the Democratic nominee is beating by like a couple points.
yeah. I mean, I think
That's a good sign. If now, though,
I think
you know what I
think
mean?
every election is going to they're going to be close from here on out. I mean, they're not going to be as far apart as Donald Trump and Joe Biden because Joe Biden won by 8 million votes, which is 8 million votes is as many as they could get to vote before the Civil War. You know, I mean, sorry.
What's funny is, did you know people went out and voted more because they were just like, no more of that.
Yeah,
No more of that.
Yeah.
Just okay.
but so I guess I'm confused as to, you know, that you were being basically harassed and threatened by the president of the United States, and you'd still vote for that guy again. Mm-hmm. Like, your personal interactions with him don't change anything for you. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. No, not at all.
The thing, it's amazing to me what these hearings are coming to light is because I didn't know some of this stuff going into it, but we knew Donald Trump was pressuring Mike Pence, both verbally. Donald Trump grabbing him by the neck.
Mike, I swear to God, get over here. We're getting the nuggie.
I'm gonna put my tiny sausage fingers right around your neck.
I can't grab your neck. You're lucky.
But so he was intimidating Pence to change the electors or dequalify the election.
Yeah.
Trump and his campaign attempted to pressure state officials to pressure them into overturning the elections. We have found that there's evidence to support that January 6th was completely planned out, even to the point that the campaign officials for Donald Trump met with leaders of the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers, as well as congressional representatives, including Georgia Representative Loudermilk, showing later insurrectionists like literally walking through the basement of the Capitol and him leading them. Like, they're taking pictures of stairwells and security shacks. Mm-hmm. We also learned that Donald Trump and lawyers created a plan for Pence, what he needed to do in order to justify falsify, claiming that electors in states like Georgia, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Wisconsin, and Michigan were all invalidated because their elections were invalid. And then all of this basically to show that Donald Trump knew he lost. He knew that he was doing illegal because he had lawyers trying to find some way to make what he was doing legal. And the pushing of misinformation is possibly just to create all the upheaval we saw on January 6th. So, you know, there's like basically all they're doing is just saying, look, Donald Trump was the spearhead of this. He knew what he was doing, and he knew it the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Allegedly.
Yeah. Because if they don't prove it, he's running again.
Who are you voting for, Trent?
Man, look here, man. The way Biden fell off that bike, man, I can't trust him, man. I can't ride a bike.
Oh my
man.
gosh. Okay, let's. All right. I'll give you 2 minutes to convince me that Donald Trump even has ever ridden a bike in his entire life.
Nah, Donald Trump is the type of person that'll ride on the bike that's got the 2-seater, and he'll sit in the back and make the other person pedal for him.
That sounds right. That
sounds like Donald Trump. Which is what the president should have did. You're that rich, sir. You got Secret Service. They are with you for life.
To watch Donald Trump get on a bike and just go up a hill. I want to see him make it to the top of the hill.
I want to see him try and lift his legs over the bike.
He gets like
I don't think he can.
He gets like a foot up and his foot's just falling off the peg. He's like, oh.
Yeah,
this hill's the biggest hill any president's ever biked on.
Yeah, I don't think he can.
Live from EXO Auto Works. Streaming all over the world.
We're coming for you, globalists!
It's your weekly dose of toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
With Eric Madrid.
Because if too many people are just running around with their dicks out, it's called the Harambe variant.
And Trevor Lane.
No. A of Karens.
It's Man Tools.
Live Thursday night, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific,
on Facebook at Man Tools Media, or on YouTube at Man Tools Podcast.
Hello out there in podcast world. I am the dad who dabs. My name is the Diligent Dabber. I am a cannabis enthusiast, patient, product reviewer, and I also make educational videos on YouTube. I have always promoted individual empowerment when it comes to people's experiences with cannabis. My show is a mixture of cannabis news, dad life, industry insider knowledge, and of course, dabs. Join me as I traverse the intricacies of life, the universe, and everything on The Dad Who Dabs. Find it on Spotify with a bonus video version available on YouTube.
Hi, this is Matt Villardebo, candidate for South Carolina House of Representatives, District 26, and you're listening to the All About Nothing podcast.
All right, last thing I want to talk about, and then I'll open the floor to you guys. So I don't know if you have been paying attention to what's going on in Texas. I mean, aside from like all of this, we're going to secede bullshit. It's basically the
Oh, they have that again?
Yeah, and honestly, if there was any credibility to it, I'd be all in favor of it. It's just Texas. Like,
you turned America into a puzzle piece, you sons of bitches.
The GOP in Texas, and I'm not talking about secession talks. I'm like I said, I'm in favor of that. No, the GOP in Texas released their Platform and Resolutions Committee report. This is the 2022 report that's calling for very specific things that are just the start of things to come. On line 213, they're looking to nullify an unconstitutional ruling of Obergefell and Hodges, which, if you know what that is the constitutional ruling by the that is the Supreme Court ruling that basically made gay marriage legal across the country.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. And
it was a white guy married a black lady.
Right.
Wasn't it?
No. This is homosexual marriage. This is gay marriage, and it was because of this ruling it became legal. So they're looking basically to delegalize gay marriage in Texas with this what they're planning on doing for 2022, 2023. Also, Texas Republicans are looking to define marriage, according to state law, as a God-ordained and only between a biological man and biological woman. So basically, they're going after trans gender in that situation, as well as homosexuals. And line item 244, this is number 3, voting rights, which is this platform set up by the state Republicans. They are looking to repeal the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which, of course, is one of the cornerstones of the civil rights movement. A federal law that says you cannot prohibit someone from voting or discriminate against them from voting based on their gender, race, religion. They legitimately barely want I say barely want that gone. I don't know why I wrote that. I may have had problem with my fingers. But essentially, they're wanting to get rid. They want to denullify or ratify that particular the voting rights law because slowly, I think we see where Texas is descending. And then lastly, they want to invalidate the Equal Rights Amendment after basically saying that after March 22nd, 1979, it's nullified.
Oh, wow. Come on.
Yeah, that's the amendment that said that everyone is equal in all aspects of life, which was ratified in 1972. So between 72 and 79, that's the only time that the Equal Rights Amendment actually was part of the law. They want to go all the way back to 1979. So Texas is going super crazy with the racism.
Yeah. I mean, think about like what makes them much different than Russia if they passed all those things.
Because they hate Russia.
Well, no, and then they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
We don't like gays. We didn't like America, so we made our own thing. Got our own power grid. Like, what the hell? That's insane.
Again,
why would you pass any of that?
Let's just let Texas secede, because then we get Fort Hood and Fort Bliss back. I mean, those everybody abandons those forts and they come back over to the United States because they're not going to want to be down there.
And the first thing Texas does is turns around and tries to take Mexico back.
With what military?
Yeah, good luck with the cartel.
We got a whole squadron of good old boys back here who will come up and tear your asses
They ain't never met MS-13, huh?
This is
Fartail Schmartail. Let's hit this.
This is a whole group of Texas Rangers and state police and, the Uvalde School District Police Department. Like, did you know that school district had its own police department? They had their own police department.
40% of the city budget, I believe they said, went
something like
to
that.
them.
Yeah. But
they got their own power grid too, Barrett. So I guess they can just deal with that when their windmills freeze.
But they literally have a police force designed and created to protect the students. And what we're hearing now is that they feared for their lives and wouldn't go in.
Yep.
At one point, we now know that they did go into a hallway, had 2 ballistic shields, and would not advance down the hallway because they weren't sure which room he was in, because nobody had consulted the electronic surveillance system that was in place.
Man, these boys ain't got drones.
Right? Something.
We should have Robocop by now. At least a T-800.
I mean, you could have had a little RC car with the camera on there.
Right.
I mean,
I
know that's in the damn budget now. Come on now.
Yeah, it's
you
Texas,
can find out what room he's in.
Texas is its own loophole. Is the way I look at it. There's nothing about Texas that at this point surprises me. I will be just disappointed. I'm just disappointed in Texas.
School shootings would stop if they did have like a Robocop guy there.
You think so?
Maybe we should just invest in AI. Yeah, just goes in there. He's like, I don't want to get ripped apart by a Robocop.
Well, not really, man, because Robocop was, if you remember in the movie, Robocop, he wasn't there to stop crime. He was there to stop crime after it had already happened.
But a dude with a gun in a school, you could just send Robocop and be like, go get it, man.
Oh, I got you.
Listen, this is just as good of an idea as giving teachers guns and saying you deal with them.
Maybe I'm not remembering this correctly, but how much of RoboCop was him running? Any of it? I don't think he ever ran. I don't think there was. So it was just that slow walk.
And if it was definitely just like all you saw was the legs, like.
Yeah. It was. He was cutting through the pavement, man.
He would just sit like this, like where his arms were real wide, and his gun would go like that when he shoots.
I don't want to shit on your plan of sending RoboCop into all the schools for school shootings, but I feel like there's a timeline that we need to increase when it comes to RoboCop's response
That's what
rate.
I'm saying.
Why y'all playing? There is a
thing.
RoboCop, man. They already got it. I know y'all seen the little police robo dog.
I don't want that. I don't
y'all
want
seen it already.
One of those robots they push over with the sticks.
Sir, your yellow officer on the ground on all fours bumped into me. That's assault.
Yeah. The kids would get tired of having the robot there because they would have to pick him up when he falls over.
Yeah. All the kids want to take pictures with him. It's like, why won't he shake? Well, because then he falls over.
Back away. Yeah.
He's really just for charging cell phones.
I only bring that up because, like I said, it's just as good as an idea to give teachers guns and tell them to handle it.
Yeah. Well, I can't disagree with you. I still am on the I don't want teachers to have guns.
Now I'm scared Ted Cruz is going to take that talking point and run with it.
You know what?
Right, man.
You know what I'm scared of? You know what I'm scared of? Ted Cruz doing a TED Talk. That frightens me.
There's a whole lot of Ted going on here.
It's too many Teds.
All right.
Too many Teds.
Floor's open up to you guys.
Ted Cruz giving a TED Talk with a moderator of Ted the Bear.
Ted Cruz TED Talk Taco Tuesday.
I don't want to throw up my tacos. Let's go to Applebee's.
Where the Mexican food is from.
You definitely just dissed me.
Yeah.
If we had any ad dollars coming, they just took them back.
Applebee's, yeah, Applebee's.
I'm second.
We were seconds away from getting that ad, and you just messed it up, man.
Applebee's, shock and awe for your stomach.
And backfires for your back end. That one's good.
I just feel bad for the people that actually go get the dollar margaritas from Applebee's when they have them.
They have them for $1?
Yeah, 1 month.
At least at Applebee's they're not playing Max Payne on the TVs.
I don't know. They might be. The
Full
bartender.
circle. Full
The
circle.
bartender. Depend on your bartender, man.
You guys,
He's like, sorry, I've been watching Max Payne. I was like, you're not making my drinks tonight.
Oh
Let's
my
go
gosh.
over here.
you guys got anything?
Think, man, what are the bartenders watching right now? Since there's no football, there's no
Playoff
basketball.
hockey, bro.
There's baseball. There is literally
Tons of baseball.
there's at
playoff
least
hockey.
14 baseball games a night.
Here we go, man. Y'all know what time it is.
Yeah, baseball o'clock.
Hey, look, it's
The NHL?
It's 75. It's like 70-something days until football season, man. College, man. That's what we're waiting on, man.
NHL's in the Stanley
Saturday.
Cup right now.
College World
Right?
Series final on Saturday, too.
Okay.
Stanley Cup's going on. Who's playing the Stanley Cup?
The draft is tonight, so there's a lot of sports to watch, Trent.
Yeah, I'm watching this. I might watch the draft, man. But you just gotta.
Let's go Hornets.
Yeah, y'all better pray. Y'all better pray I'll get somebody good.
I won't be watching basketball until they start getting good, and I'm not even gonna lie. I watch college basketball. I don't watch
the
pro
Hornets because they
basketball.
got LaMelo.
He's good too.
But yeah, there's Stanley Cup's going on. Game 5's tomorrow night between Colorado and the Lightning. So
Colorado got hosed too last night. So they have
I didn't know what you were saying.
I mean, not Colorado. Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay Lightning got hosed. Colorado had 6 men. They hit a last-minute shot, and Colorado actually had 6 men on the ice.
Dang.
And then they didn't call the penalty. But what's even bigger, and that's kind of something that happens in all sports, but what's even bigger is the NHL put out their scorecard for it, and they said that there were 6 men on the ice for Colorado, which is a penalty.
Yeah.
But they didn't do anything about it. They just erased one of the guys and said, no, he wasn't on the ice.
Oh, wow.
That is literally what they did.
So if you're a fan of the Tampa Bay Lightning and you're really hoping they'd pull off a repeat of the championship, just know, apparently in the
It's
NHL, in the NHL, if you're Colorado, you can get that 6th guy erased.
Go ahead and buy your t-shirts. You have so many tries.
There's one last night, huh?
Walk-off fashion. Yep.
Yeah, and then they won again this afternoon.
I seen that. I watched the replay today at work.
Trent, believe it or not, you got to get on the Xbox with us and play 3-on-3 on the show.
Yeah.
Barrett and I came back from just playing a miserable game and being down like 4. Barrett, was it?
Yeah,
4 or 5?
it was 4-0. It was 4-0 when we came back.
Barrett homered first, and then we just kept small balling. I homered, and then we small balled again, and I hit a walk off.
Yeah,
with Barrett on base.
It was
and
good.
We won it. Nice home run. Done.
If you're listening to us right now, add at Barrett Gruber Twitch on your Twitch account, and
y'all come join us.
You'll get notifications and whatnot that'll tell you that we've done it.
That was a good feeling. It was a payoff because we were sucking so bad.
Yeah, we were doing awful. We were doing
floating
awful.
through. To walk it off, you and me both were like, you know what? Let's call it there. We're good.
That was a good place to stop. Y'all got anything y'all want to talk about before we wrap this up?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, okay. All right. What would you like to discuss with Obi-Wan Kenobi? Have you watched the last episode?
I did. I'm not going to put any spoilers or anything, but it is. Your Star Wars self is at peace after you watch that. Like, it's exactly what you need.
The thing that I keep reading is that everyone after this is desperate for a second season.
I don't think they should at all.
Okay, all right. That's something I think that is probably valid. Is that that's what I'm reading. Also, is that there are some people that really, really want a second season. But apparently, the way that this wraps up, that there doesn't really seem to be a need for it. So that's cool.
One of the main villains is getting her own spinoff. She's really good in that. Her name's
Third Sister.
Riva, third sister.
Yeah, I like her character.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
and there's a whole arc with that shit too, and it's so good. The last 2 episodes are the best Star Wars I've seen in a long time.
Well, cool. I saw the 5th episode. So I still have to watch the 6th. So, Trent, you got anything you want to discuss before we wrap it?
I don't think so, man. You know, I don't think so.
Well, I appreciate you.
We'll let them go this week.
Life been okay so far? I know you had that, loss in your family and stuff. We're sorry about that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, every mama trying to shake back, grandma trying to shake back. So taking it day by day. It happens. Life
does.
You know what I'm saying? You can only live it.
You got any interviews coming up on DJ Lonzo's top 5?
Yeah, I got one coming out tomorrow with A. Austin Prescott and Alex the Great, his manager. So that should be dropping tomorrow.
I mean, awesome.
Yeah, and that should be coming out. And then I got some scheduled interviews coming up, but I don't want to spoil nothing just yet. I want to make sure they happen before I say they're gonna happen.
Yeah, I understand. It's hard to get that. Yeah,
but I got the vlogs coming out on the DJ Lonzo channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm blogging slowly, showing everything that I'm doing. I have to put a chair race on my job. I just put it.
And while I just want to acknowledge this, watching the chair race in my head, all I could think of was, if I was being pushed around in those chairs and I went around one of those corners and I fell out of that chair, there are 60 people in there that are witness to my workman's comp.
Yes. Oh yeah. I was like, everybody that watched it was like, hey man, y'all had some potential checks going on in there.
Yeah.
There was some of those participants that were dead ass serious about winning that thing.
Oh, yeah.
100%. You know why they was trying to win? Because you get to leave an hour early.
Oh, hold on. This was management. Yeah, this was management.
Was in it.
Holy cow.
You've seen a lot of managers in that video.
They were like, we will decide by blood.
We will decide by speed.
So the person that gets most injured gets to go to the hospital first.
Hey man,
they put her patch on.
It was a couple of them that I couldn't even post because how bad it got.
Oh gosh. Well, we'll want to see the cut of that. The director's cut.
Also,
the
you
Snyder
can do chair
cut.
racing all the day. You can't do the airbags in the chair where it hits them in the head and they fall over.
I also dropped the Coast mixtape release party back behind the scenes.
I watched that. It was good.
Yeah.
Is that the video with Yeah, I think I saw that too.
Yeah. And then I'm working on the Paris for Ferris, getting that behind the scenes. I got a lot of behind the scenes of that, so
cool.
I probably can make like 2 or 3 videos of that. So I'm, giving them something.
Well, that'll be good.
You're gonna be all up in the iMovie, cutting and editing.
Oh no, man! Final Cut Pro, man.
Okay.
You got Final Cut
Makes
Pro,
it
man.
easier.
Yeah. It's iMovie times 10.
Yeah, that's exactly correct.
Final Cut Pro, cut that check, man.
I can't remember in college I used video editing in class for game design. I can't remember. It was Adobe something, and I cannot remember. It might have been Final Cut.
I know what you're talking about. I used Adobe as well at one point, but I didn't want to keep paying for the license. So.
Oh, they just had us do it in school because we had to cut game trailers and stuff, which was fun. That was probably one of the most fun.
All right. Well, thanks for being on, guys.
But Barry, you didn't tell us what's going on with you.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, he didn't.
I don't.
Y'all want to know that? He's like, y'all care about me?
Oh, Barry.
I don't. There's not a whole lot going on my end. Gas is too expensive to go anywhere, so that's.
But that's why you got your kayak, man.
Yeah, there's no rain. There's no rain.
It's raining right now.
If the flood comes back, Barrett's ready.
Did y'all not hear the rain in the background the whole time?
Fair enough.
Oh, it's been thundering like nuts over here.
It is raining behind me, but that's not nearly enough water for the kayak. That's
Trent's like, yeah, it is. There's a river in his backyard.
Yeah, literally. Look.
What happened to your fire?
Oh, it's still over there. I had to put the fence over it. The little umbrella over it, man.
I see.
But yeah, I had to leave it. I thought they might hear rain in the background of this, so I was scared they might hear it.
Yeah, we hear it. It's all good though.
Oh, okay.
Look, Zach's in his office or his room upstairs. I assume it's downstairs. It's downstairs.
Oh, this is upstairs.
This is upstairs. Trent's outside because he likes being outside. So
I like being one with the outside, man.
Trent versus Wild.
My equipment's only in my office. See, I felt that. Now thunder just shook here. So
I heard that too.
All right.
Hey, look, I hear it in the abyss, so that's how far I know y'all are away from me.
Yeah, look. I can point to your house from here. It's right over. It's right over that way. I know exactly.
Hold on, Barry. Don't give him too much now. Don't give him too much information.
Show over. Y'all are actually neighbors. You didn't ever say anything. Barry's at the window like, hey.
That'd be great.
I'm over here like, There's that aggravating motherfucker.
That's been you, Barrett? Sorry about the burning bag of poop.
Yeah,
my son does throw his poops outside because we throw them outside and then I put them into the trash bin. So he likes to, take them and then throw them as far as he can. It's like a thing he does. He's like, "Dad, I want to throw it." I'm like, "All right, man."
Your neighbor's gonna be like, "Last time I give him watermelon, all this poop."
Exactly.
Goddamn Bill.
I'm doing a podcast, Bill.
All right, guys. I guess that'll do it. As always, thank you, Neek the Geek, engineer and producer, owner and operator of GOT Sound Studio. Check out details on how you can utilize his talent and production expertise at gotsoundstudio.com. Thanks to Muff the Producer. You can follow him on Instagram at Muff the Producer. Thanks to Shiana Rivers for our intro and outro. Follow her podcast, Who You Callin' Holistic. As well, thanks to Trent Clark, aka DJ Lonzo, currently entertaining the main course in Columbia, South Carolina. Make sure to go by, have a good time. You can contact Trent for all your entertainment needs. Trent at theallaboutnothing.com and on Instagram at TheRealDJLonzo or by phone 803-262-7982. If you enjoy the show, consider becoming a patron by visiting our website and clicking on the link at the top of the browser. That will take you over to our Patreon page. You can find details on how you become a supporter. You can check out our benefits there or just consider a donation so that we can continue to bring you this nonsense. We enjoy doing it. We enjoy you enjoying it. As always, you can follow us on Facebook. Just search for All About Nothing US, on Twitter and Instagram at AAN_pod, or find links to all of our social media and available podcast platforms by visiting theallaboutnothing.com. If you'd like to be heard on the show, you may call and leave us a message, 803-672-0533. If the time between these episodes is too far apart, you can fill that time by checking out our partner podcasts. Zach and I host What the Pod Was That with Carrie Simmons, available on most of your podcast platforms. You can visit whatthepodwasthat.com for links and details. Carrie and Chrissy host Status Macabre on most of the podcast platforms as well. Find details at statusmacabre.com. As well, you can check out our own DJ Lonzo's Top 5, hosted by Trent Clark, available on most of your podcast listening platforms. Nothing else going on. You guys stay safe and
have a week.
Have a motherfucking week.
This The All About Nothing podcast is recorded live from the Maddie Johnson podcast studio at GOT Sound Studio in Columbia, South Carolina. The All About Nothing podcast is produced and engineered by Neek the Geek, owner and operator of GOT Sound Studio. To support the show, please visit theallaboutnothing.com for links to social media, merchandise, and more. Become a patron of the show by following the Patreon link at the top of our page. The All About Nothing podcast is an entertainment product of Barrett Gruber. Special thanks to Zach King, Trent Clark, Muff the Producer, Neek the Geek, and you, our listeners. Please subscribe, rate, review, and share. If you're on YouTube, please hit the like button and the notification bell. Thank you for listening.